What's up, goodies? Welcome back to your channel and to my kitchen, how to cook. And today, honey, I'm gonna throw down my juicy stew beef recipe, fast, easy, and simple. Make sure you subscribe though and turn on your post notifications so you won't miss another upload. And listen, for all I'm returning goodie, una don't know so una girl loving it to the max. This juicy stew beef recipe is one that you have to try. So you ready for cook? Guess what? Let's cook. Okay, my beautiful, fabulous goodies. Let's jump right into this quick thing, right? Now I have some stew beef here, and I think probably have about a pound because I'm only cooking for maybe 2 or 3, not a lot, maybe 2 people. Now my stew beef is cut up and it's washed with salt, lemon juice, and vinegar and soak it up nice, right? Now, this is what I'm going to add to it. Garlic powder, onion powder, allspice or pimento seeds, right? I have this Ochoria stew beef season that I'm going to use to it. You could also add all-purpose season. I'm going to add that. Black pepper for sure. Chopped garlic. You have to add that. Ginger powder I'm using, but you could substitute that out. Browning to give it color, of course. A tad of salt for flavor. Definitely me not cook without my vinegar, so I'm going to add that. And that is all I'm going to add thus far. You could take away your seasonings of choice or add, but I have like a teaspoon of each here, a half teaspoon of salt and black pepper and a couple pimento berries, right? That's all I have in the container here. Now I have 2 tablespoons of garlic and a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Now we are going to season up this thing here, right? And we're going to make this thing really fast, and it's not a long type of a recipe because the longer you cook your stew beef is the tougher the meat is going to get. Now all you have to do here is just combine everything nice, all right? Nice. Make sure you share the recipes because sharing is caring, okay? So just go ahead and just mix up all your spices to it, all right? And then go in and add it into your beef. And again, I'm probably using, like I said, I don't know if I mentioned before, I probably did, maybe a pound or a pound and a half. Then I had the apple cider vinegar here. And I also added the fresh garlic as well. Now you want to go ahead and just mix your seasonings in. And again, goodie, don't be afraid to just play around with your seasonings of choice, all right? There's a lot of all-purpose seasonings out there. Just go ahead and see what suits you best. Some of those all-purpose seasoning does contain a lot of salt in it. I get a lot of questions all the time about what seasonings I use. I always tend to go for the one with not too much salt in it, right? Now I'm gonna go add some paprika. Now the paprika is totally optional because you are making brown stew, and it's just for color really. Me just add it tonight because I feel like add it tonight, but you don't have to add paprika to it if you don't want to. But I just felt like adding it, right? So yeah, the way you feel like for do. But we go ahead and just put some paprika in it. I put about a tablespoon of the paprika in it and just mix it up as well. Now, also, you could also marinate this thing for however long you want, overnight or whatever, right? But be sure that you add your browning to it though. The browning is going to set the meat. So once you put it in the pot, it's going to have a nice caramelized color. So go ahead and add your browning when you season your meat. Now, depending on how much meat you're seasoning and the color of choice, while you're cooking the meat on your stovetop, you could always add more browning if you like, all right? Know that you could also make your own browning from scratch. I do have a recipe to show you how to make browning in your kitchen. Fast, easy, and simple. Now we're going to put that away, and I'm only going to let it sit and marinate for 30 minutes. Now, I did delete the clip where I started to cook the meat, but anyway, other than I missed nothing much. All I did was add about 2 tablespoons of the 2 tablespoons of the extra virgin olive oil And that was it. I just added to the pot and I just threw the meat in, and that's all that you missed here. Nothing else. Now, after I got done doing that, spin it up for about, I'd say about a minute. I did go in and had my beef broth or beef stock. Now you can also make your own beef stock at home, okay? Now I did add, I'd say about a cup or a cup and a half, maybe a cup and a half of the beef stock to it. You could also add water if you like, but if you add water, it is going to take away from the flavor. If you add the beef stock, it's going to give it more additional flavor. So I would recommend you get a box of the beef stock or make your own at home. Now, we have our stove here at a medium heat, and we're going to cover this up and let all the juices simmer down into the meat and make it cook for 30 minutes. Now, while it's been going for 30 minutes, I have my veggies prepped here. Potatoes, carrots, scallion and thyme, bell peppers, tomatoes, onion, and I think I have some pimento berries here. I mean, remember, I think so, yeah. And you just want to go ahead and just prep your vegetables. Whatever you do, make sure you prep your vegetables and have them waiting until your meat is cooked for 30 minutes. All right? Very easy. All right, 30 minutes later, this is what you have. All the juices from the vegetable stock as simmered down, and it's all simmered down into the meat. And this is what you want to have happen here. Now, know that the meat is like almost cooked, because when you cut up your beef like tiny like this, it does not take that long to cook. If you want it cooked more tender, of course, we're going to add our veggies to it, so it's going to even get more tender, right? So we're going to go ahead and add all her veggies in, her potatoes and carrots and bell peppers, scallion and thyme, hot pepper, and all that other good stuff. Let's go ahead and just pour it all out in it. A lot of people don't like to cook with tomatoes when you're doing stew like this, but I love tomato. It is totally optional for you, but it is a must for me in my kitchen. Now, just go ahead and just layer it all nice and even as you can get it. It don't have to be perfect. And then with the rest of the beef broth, go ahead and just pour it all over your stew, okay? Just throw it all in there. So you're going to need a total of 1 cup. You're going to need a total of 1 box. 1 box. If you're cooking more, you might need more. Or you could just go ahead and add water. But whatever you do, just make sure that, you don't overdo this thing, all right? You don't want your beef to come tough. Now, what I decided to do was go ahead and add some ketchup to it. And again, the ketchup is totally optional. You could add tomato paste if you like. But because I love ketchup and the little tang that it gives, I went ahead and added it. It is totally optional, okay? So about to come for me down below. It is totally optional. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cover this up. And I'm going to allow it to simmer. Have the potatoes and the carrots and everything cooked. The potato is going to combine the gravy and make it come nice and thick and rich, and everything all come together real nice, real nice. So just allow it to cook at a medium heat. Do not put it on high heat because you don't want it to cook too fast and burn. I pulled that thing off, honey, and when I pulled that thing off, it was fire. It was all done. The gravy was just right. The potatoes gave it a nice little thickening to it. And it was all set. The flavor that was coming from this and the aroma that was coming from it, let me tell you something. It bombed up the whole place. The smell was so good. You could stay outside and smell this goodness cooking in the kitchen. It was fantastic. Trust me, y'all. You're going to love this one. Fast, easy, and simple. I have a few other stew beef recipe, but this one is off of the chain. You need to give it a try. I never cooked it using vegetable stock. So I think probably this is the first time I'm using the vegetable stock to make the stew beef. But give it a try and tell me how you like it. Now, if you don't want to use the beef stock, I think I said vegetable stock, beef stock. If you don't want to use the beef stock, you could use vegetable stock to make it, okay? And it's going to be just fine. But look at that, y'all. Look at that. You see how that gravy come out? Perfect. Nice and rich. Now, if you notice that your gravy is still not too thick, you could always substitute that and use a little bit of cornstarch. Now we're going to plate this thing up on white rice and honey, 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 baby. The thing proper. Nice and proper. And we say, yeah, food look nice on plate. You know what I say? It's all set and all ready to go. I didn't pop the pepper, even though I'm not eating this because you know I am vegan. So I didn't pop the pepper because that's just me. I don't pop my pepper. You know, I don't pop peppers. So that is it right there, y'all. It is all done on the plate. Fast, easy, and simple. Anybody can do this. Make sure you say you love the video. Give it a thumbs up, y'all, and share it with all your friends. Tell them what's cooking up over here. Bring them come and send them come. After you get doing all of that, tell me what you want to see me cook next in my kitchen. And remember, as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen, enjoy!